thought of you to be here tonight. They really, really care and love about you and love you. I'll never forget when I was first introduced by Miss Nikki Elsing. She's actually on here years ago. It makes me emotional every day. I thank God literally every single day, multiple times a day, that she was brave enough to share with me what we have here. It completely transformed my health and our life with our family and everything. I was not well in the health area. So we're just so grateful that all of you are here. And like I was saying earlier, if you weren't here yet, the chat bar at the bottom, whenever you hear Amanda or anybody say anything that really hits home to you, please put what the takeaways into the chat, as it will help other people with everything that they're hearing and learning tonight from Amanda. So it looks like it's being live streamed, honey. Thanks for your patience, everybody. I think, yep, we're good. We're good in there. If you want to just press record, honey.
It's been recording too.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sitting here just talking. I am so sorry, everybody.
We're welcoming everybody, so I figured we better record it.
Oh. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. So I'll just get started again. So my name is Michelle Poe, and Sean that was speaking there is my incredible husband. We go back and forth like that. We work together, we play together. We've known each other since we were in 6th and 7th grade, growing up in Wyoming. So we're so grateful to be able to do this life together. But tonight, most importantly, we are beyond blessed. Life is so special when you meet beautiful people, right? When you just meet people and you have special connections. And that's what I was meaning, just thanking the person that brought you here tonight. And one of those people that has been such an incredible blessing to our world is who's going to be speaking with you tonight, Miss Amanda Bush. And she is from Texas. She's a mama, she's a wife, she's a grandma, she's an entrepreneur through and through. She helps busy entrepreneurs on social and beyond maximize their businesses to just be able to do the things that they love most through systems and just making things easier for them. And we got to know each other and hit it off, and she's just a blessing every day. And she just loves her family and God, and especially those little grandbabies, right, Amanda? And especially them. So we were talking this week, and she shared with me some powerful information that I can't wait for you all to hear. But I just wanted to let you all know, especially for those of you that are guests, what you're going to be hearing tonight is information that is coming from a company that has been around and has third-party peer-reviewed science, has been through the through ABC Primetime Investigative Report. Put in the chat a 1 if you've ever heard of ABC Primetime Investigative Report with John Quinones. You know who John Quinones? He does different shows now. Well, we have a flagship product called Protandim, and it was making these claims that it could reduce oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days and up to 70% after 3 months. And they were like, no way, no how, no nutraceutical company, no pharmaceutical company on the planet can make these claims. We're going to come in. We're going to investigate you. We're going to expose you to the world. We're going to shut you down and all those things. Well, in the end, if you haven't seen that, ask the person that brought you here tonight to watch it, because it's mind-blowing. It ends positive. Have you ever seen an ABC Primetime Investigative Report end positive? Never have. I don't think it's ever happened. It may have, but I don't think so. So that was the start to our company. The man that created the product, he won a medal called the Elliott Cresson Medal, which is a medal like Alexander Graham Bell, Orville Wright, and Henry Ford, right? This is like for breakthroughs. This is what we have our hands on with this technology through something called, you're going to hear a lot of this tonight, activation. We are activating our body to do the things that it was meant to do when we were born, and such a blessing. So we've always been the leaders of this. And through that ABC Primetime Investigative Report, we were so blessed and lucky that universities and institutions from across the world started initiating and funding studies like Harvard, the American Heart Association, Texas Tech, LSU, even the National Institute of Aging, they did a 10-year federally funded study wanting to see if this product could extend health span on humans. And it was the only botanical that did that. So holy cow, put a 2 in the chat if that's not the biggest thing ever. Seriously, if you can have health, would you like to have health and age? Right? We all want to age, but we want to do it in a great, healthy way. Our mind, body, soul, being down with those ram babies, right, Amanda? And feeling great. So then we have several other breakthrough products through activation. But one of the most recent products that came out a couple years ago, if you've heard of it, was activated liquid collagen. Well, that product, again, a huge breakthrough, increases collagen density by 100% in 8 weeks. 100. I have med spa owners who say people would spend thousands of dollars to come in and have that if they could only do that. Well, we do that from the outside, yes, but on the inside, can you imagine what that's, is doing to the body, right? In every single aspect there. Well, so I'm just going to jump ahead to what is coming, you guys. Activation through that activated liquid collagen, activation through that Protandem product that we mentioned. We have skin, we have other activators for the mitochondria, for your hair, for so many things, for your pets. But what has happened to Amanda through taking these products is completely mouth-dropping. So I just wanted to kind of start with that because I wanted you to know that the research is there, right? The research through Protandem was in a site called pubmed.gov. It's a site through the National Institute of Health and Aging, or through the National Institute of Health. That's where the doctors go. It's the gold standard of medical research. These are not just things and something that's really exciting and something that's going to go away. We are literally the leaders in what we do, and we have patents on these items, and it makes it extra, extra special. So Amanda, thank you for coming here tonight. You can completely unmute yourself and maybe just share, we met and then you got activated on these products and definitely had some really good results that you can share with everybody. And then we'll start talking about this new product that's going to be launched in October. And some people are starting to get the product now for a pre-launch, and starting on Friday, they're going to be getting it as well. And we're starting to learn more and more and more. So get back to the person that invited you and say, let me know as you hear of more education and information, because I want this. I want to be a part of this and get on the list for you. So Amanda, come tell us a little bit about your story and getting activated, and then what happened when you got on this GLP-1 product and beyond, if you would. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. I spend a lot of time in Zoom and presenting in Zoom. It's part of my job, but this is a topic I don't speak publicly about. And so sharing this size group, you're going to have to be a little patient with me because it's a brand new thing I don't talk about a lot outside of my circle of influence and friends. But I'm really excited, and thank you, Sean and Michelle, for inviting me to share my experience with becoming activated and then going on a synthesized GLP-1, and the combination of the two, how it's changed my life and how excited I am about the future with LifeVantage. I say that I actually don't sell LifeVantage products. I work with Michelle and Sean. I was introduced to the products actually through Tracy Lane, a good friend of mine. She saw me doing a stories where I was putting powdered collagen in my drink, and she texts me and says, "Stop doing that. What are you doing? You need to try this other thing." And she kept sending me voice messages about the changes I would see in a very short period of time if I would try activated liquid collagen. And I didn't believe her, and I'm an Enneagram 1, if you know Enneagrams. I'm a total researcher. I am a geek for the details, very organized, systemized in the way I make decisions and do things. And so I was like, okay, Tracy, bring it on. I'll try it. Let's see what happens. And I was shocked by the difference in 10 days that I saw physically in my skin. About 6 months before I started liquid, I started with the life energy. Sorry. My father passed away, and that wasn't where I was going. But anyways, it reminded me that
So, yes.
I was at his funeral, or the week our family was together, and I was talking to my sister about wanting to get a Botox because I had these horrible 11s, super, super deep, really bad marionette lines, and I'm like, oh, I didn't want to do injectables. I stay away from pharmaceuticals as much as I can. I'm kind of a little bit of like choose a healthier life when possible. But I really hated my 11s. And a few months later, Tracy introduced me to activated liquid collagen. And within 10 days, I started to see a difference. I've now been on the collagen since October of 22. I don't have to go get Botox. It's all just done through the products I'm taking. In addition to activating with liquid collagen, like I said, my father passed away a few months before that. As I got more working with Michelle and Sean and was doing some stuff with them, I started to see the research on Alzheimer's. And my father had passed away after a decade-long battle with Alzheimer's. And at one point, they did genetic testing, and my family carries the gene. And after watching and going through that with my dad, when I saw the studies, I said, if there is anything I can do now to prevent my children and my husband to having to watch me deteriorate the way I watched my dad, I don't care what it costs, I'm going to take it. And I have a very large family. There are 10 siblings, but over half of my siblings are also taking Protandim to help prevent our family from continuing this. And so that was where I was at in late 2020 with Protandim and collagen, but my health was a mess. I had started gaining weight when I got pregnant with my first daughter. Obviously, you gain weight with pregnancy, and that was my daughter's 27 this year. So 27 years ago. And I didn't lose any weight. 2 years later, I got pregnant again. I was maybe down 20 pounds from my high with my daughter, and I started gaining more weight. And continually over 3 decades, I have fought with my weight. I would gain, or I would lose 20 pounds on a diet and I'd gain back 30. And then I would lose 15 and I'd gain back 40. And I was just in this perpetual cycle for 30 years. And I knew all the things, like most obese adults who spent their life in obese bodies, we are experts in weight loss. We've tried it all, we've done it all, we've done everything, and we cannot break through whatever is keeping us there. And I had pretty much given up on that end of things. I was like, okay, I'm gonna walk, I'm drinking my water, doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing. I'm never gonna lose weight. I'm gonna take Protandim, I'm gonna take collagen, I'm gonna get activated, do the best I can, and just admit that no matter what I do, I could not maintain weight loss. And I went in, my sister is an integrative practitioner, and I went in for a checkup with her, and she did all the blood work and went through her family history. And she said, I had a 1-year-old grandson, my oldest grandson at the time was a year. And she said, Amanda, you don't make significant health changes, you will not live to see Quinn get married. I was pre-diabetic, I had PCOS, insulin resistance, sleep apnea. I had POTS and Ehlers-Danlos. I had AFib. I was hospitalized multiple times for AFib and on medications for that. My health was out of control. I was living a productive life, but I was large. I needed to lose a minimum of 100 pounds to try and start reversing the damage that I was living with and the comorbidities. So her and I started researching GLP-1s. With her medical perspective and my with integrated. So she was looking, we were trying all the alternative options, we were doing all the anti-inflammatory diets, everything, and I could not lose weight. And when we started researching GLP-1s, it took me about 6 months to finally find a way that I could possibly afford it. A GLP-1 from a pharmaceutical company, if it's not covered by your insurance, is on average $1,500 a month. Though I have really good medical insurance, my medical insurance refuses to provide GLP-1s for weight loss. And because I was pre-diabetic and not diabetic, they would not prescribe it. Or they would not approve it. I had it prescribed, but they would not approve it through my insurance. So we went back and forth. We tried several different things. I got the payment down to where I could kind of afford it, around $800 a month. And I started on my GLP-1 journey. It's an injection. For those who don't know, it's an injection that treats the diseases I mentioned that I have. It specifically targets your pancreas. GLP-1 is an antagonist or a hormone that your body creates to tell your pancreas how much insulin to create, how tells your body, how your stomach, how much acid to create, how to move food through you. So as the speed in which food moves through your system, it tells your brain when you're not hungry, and it tells your brain when you are hungry. And it also does this thing that I did not know was a thing. It quiets food noise. And I didn't know what that was when I started. People would be like, it quiets your food noise. I'm like, I don't have food noise. I don't know what you're talking about. I eat when I'm hungry. There is no food noise here. And so I started doing the research on what it did, and I got on it. And fairly quickly started to see results. I lost a lot of weight fairly quickly. In the first couple months, I lost about 20 pounds. And most of that was inflammation. Like my pictures in the first month, maybe I should have done a slideshow, just drastic reduction of inflammation. I had already, like, if you look at pictures pre-activation and then pre-GLP-1, I have a pretty significant reduction in inflammation, though I didn't have a reduction personally in weight. But you can see my eyes in pictures pre-activation. My eyes are just slits. I was so swollen, and my hands couldn't wear my rings. And then quickly on a GLP-1, I started to notice that reduction in inflammation, and all the things started to happen that were supposed to be happening. And what was the most mind-blowing thing to me about being on a GLP-1 is it was nothing like I had ever experienced in 30 years of trying to lose weight. The food noise part of it, when that was turned off, I was shocked. I said to my husband, I walked into my husband's office because I was doing some research and this food noise thing came up, and I'm like, that's what's missing. And I went to my husband's office and I'm like, how many times a day do you think about food? He's like, when it's time to eat, or when I'm hungry. I'm like, you don't like wake up in the morning, think about what we're gonna have for dinner? He's like, nope. Like, you don't think like we're going on a road trip, I need to go stack up on snacks? He's like, nope, because there's gas stations along the way. And we started having this conversation about my entire life. My mind has chatter about food. It just talks about food. What's in the pantry? My sisters and I got together this weekend. I have two sisters also on GLP-1s. And her pantry was full of junk food, and none of us even thought about the fact that there was food in there. And it's not the same as hunger. And it's not the same as not being hungry. It's literally a voice in your head telling you there's food, you have to go eat it. And So through the years and years of up and down in my weight loss journey, that voice never went away. I was constantly white knuckling willpower every minute of every day to not eat. I didn't eat a ton, I just ate. So like if the food was there, I would have a bite of it. It was just a continual grazing cycle because my mind was obsessed with food. And so what a GLP-1 does, and this is why activation in GLP-1 is, it's so like the protandim, the collagen, everything's going to work so amazingly together. Because what I've learned in my research about weight loss is 30 years of people telling you, eat less, exercise more, and you will lose your weight. Lose weight is a lie. It doesn't work that way. People like me who have chronic illnesses at a molecular level cannot lose the weight. I could starve myself for weeks and lose 2 or 3 pounds. It was not calories in, calories out. And as soon as I started taking this synthetic medication, my brain started working the way it was supposed to. My hormones started working the way they were supposed to. My pancreas started doing what it was supposed to, and my body shed the weight. It took me 10 months to lose 100 pounds, 90 pounds. I'm at like 94 pounds now, without a single day of dieting. I eat what I want. I make good food choices. I put protein first because I need the protein because I'm losing so much weight. So protein always, water always. But I just had ice cream, like a little tiny scoop of it with no thoughts about how many calories or if this is a good food or if that. So a synthetic GLP-1, it gives you more of the hormone your body is not creating, does this for you. And this is where I guess we're going to go back to where we're going with this, because I am so excited. In my conversations with my doctor, I am very much aware that as things stand right now on the market, I will be on a synthetic GLP-1 for the rest of my life. This is a medical condition that has to be treated with a synthetic. It probably, some point I would have been able to taper down, it's off, but it would always be on my radar, something that I would probably have to take at some level forever because of the disease that I have. And I'm very, very excited about, and I don't know what you want me to say here, where we're go, what life advance.
GLP-1 activation.
Okay, but
Natural GLP-1 activation.
Going from having to, my goal and in working with my physician is to, as I move into maintenance over the next few months, to start integrating the natural GLP-1 activator and hopefully be able to get my body to where I no longer have to supplement with the synthetic and my body will make what it needs to at the molecular level so that my body can maintain. And that's, I listened to one of these with a doctor that presented a couple weeks ago about it. And I love what she said about this isn't about the sexy weight loss. This is about health at the molecular level, at the cellular level. It took me 11 months to lose 90 pounds. That means on average, I lost 1.6 pounds or 1.7 pounds a week. It was not sexy fast, maybe the first 2 months. After that, lose 2, gain 3, lose 4, don't lose anything. It's been an ongoing journey as at the molecular level, I got healthy and my body is finding maintenance and what is healthy for me. And I can't wait to use, because who wants to be on a pharmaceutical their whole life? I cannot wait to use a natural alternative to have my body do what it should do naturally, and it doesn't.
It's so exciting. I know you are really excited about that. Can you, Miss Amanda, please share what you shared with us 2-3 days ago in regards to your belief of taking collagen and protandim during this journey of weight loss and how your skin has been impacted?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm down, almost 100 pounds. Other people in my body size that lose 100 pounds, there's a lot of loose skin. I do have loose skin, but I guess I can show you my arms. In relation to the amount of weight I've lost, I have very, very little loose skin. in my legs. I have it on my legs, but it's not huge amounts. It's not where I mean, I go to the pool with my grandbabies, and obviously I do that anyways, but there's nothing there that's.
Show your arms again. You guys, I talked with somebody just recently that lost a significant amount as well. And wasn't using collagen protandem, and she had to have surgery, right? You know, you get under your arm.
Brachioplasty. A lot of people get brachioplasty. And I mean, obviously I have no muscle. I do not lift weights. This is not because I was in the gym. I knew to, but I wasn't. This is just the natural weight loss that I've got.
Yeah, and so
that alone, because brachioplasty, just doing your arms is $15,000 to $20,000. That doesn't include getting your stomach done, getting the front and back of your thighs done, like all the skin that would go in. You lose over you'd be $100,000.
yes, it's just when she showed me that, because especially having just like a week or two prior to that, spoke to somebody who wasn't and did show me, you know, scars from having the surgery and whatnot. When I saw that, and she mentioning that she knows, you know, with protandem and collagen, just keeping that beautifully tight. What else would you say, if there's anything else, Amanda, in regards to protandem and collagen? Because this product is going to be launched here soon, you guys. And when your body, how she was talking about, when you get your cells, right? When your cells are healthy, your body can be healthy. When your inflammation, when your oxidative stress, for those of you that aren't aware of what oxidative stress is known to be the root of pretty much everything. We call it the yucky yuck of everything. So if you cut open an apple and it sits out on the counter, what happens to that apple? Right? It turns brown. That's what's happening to all the cells inside of our body just by breathing in air, eating pesticides and herbicides and fungicides and GMOs, our cell phones, our computers, you know, exercising, all these things. So when we're taking protandem and then especially combining that collagen, the power, put a 5 in the chat if you are activated on what's called our Healthy Glow stack. It's protandem and our activated liquid collagen. And put a 6, no, let's do a 10, because we're gonna do high fives and 10 and hands. Put a 10 if you've had, and we don't hype, you guys, this is just real science, real life. Put a 10 in the chat if you have had incredible results internally, externally, in different ways with those two combined. There is so much science, so much that our scientific advisory board, when the science came out on those two in synergy together, literally cried, and they still get emotional, right? Because the care is for people. So we want, those of you that are out there listening tonight, we want to make sure that when you get activated with this GLP-1 activation product, which again, our scientific advisory board is freaking out, literally. And these are not people that hype anything. They try to disprove everything just like everybody else. For instance, we have a surgical pathologist up from Canada. She specializes in breast cancer. She's from Russia. She's just incredible. We have another woman from Arizona who has been a top doctor, voted top doctor for, oh my gosh, close to 10 times over the years. She's phenomenal. We've got a gentleman that people literally move to be treated by. We've got, you know, we've got so many incredible people. And all of these people that I've talked to are just like, this could be bigger than these two together. And my mouth drops when they say this, because I know for me what protandem did. And then also when I integrated the other products, and when I hear these stories. So we want to make sure that those of you that are out there that are so excited to get activated on GLP-1 are activated now. Why? Because we care about you, that you and your cells and your body is ready for this GLP-1 activator to come to you so that you can have the very best results and have the awesome arms that Amanda has had. And then too, Amanda, can you mention, I didn't know this, Amanda, can we just all give Amanda a round of applause, first of all, for being so brave and so vulnerable. I just feel you, and I know this many times as women and men too, we don't always share our heartaches and the things that are so hard, and we just push through. People, when I was sick, had no idea how sick I was. And I learned these stories just through random conversation, and she just pushes through and never wants to bother anybody with anything, but it's powerful, and each of your stories matter. And when my daughter fractured her back, she's 17, she fractured her back last year, she's a dancer. I had no idea. I had already worked with Amanda for a good year. I had no idea. Listen to this story of Amanda with her back. Share, please. I'm putting her on the spot.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a back injury years and years ago, 2014. Put me down for several months. And then I got better, went back to life, and about about the same time after my dad died, but before I got introduced to LifeVantage and Protandim, I re-injured my back. And I went in and had an MRI done. I had 2 severely herniated discs, and they did injections, and there was discussion about a surgery. Had a really good pain management doctor. He said, before we go in and do surgery and fuse you and change your physiology for the rest of your life, let's try something different. We're going to put you on anti-inflammatories, and you're going to go home for 6 months of bed rest. And I laid in bed with a desk that rolled over because my back was so bad I couldn't sit in a chair for more than 5 minutes. I couldn't sit on the couch. I would freeze up on a recliner. So we bought a 0 gravity bed and fit it up that I could work from my desk. And I worked from my desk for the original thought was like 6 months, but even after being able to move better, I had to just continue to work from my desk because I could not sit. And I have an office job. I spend my day sitting in a chair. And I never even thought about my back injury when I started collagen and Protandim because, as I told you, I started for other reasons. I don't know exactly how long on. Early in 2023, I started to be able to spend more time at my desk, and then a little more time at my desk. And the spasms started to reduce. I got off the anti-inflammatories. Well, I did that way early because they only give those to me. They don't want to kill my liver. So, but I was off pain medication. I was not having spasms. I wasn't ending up on the floor. I started to be able to move. I wasn't waking up completely tense. And I didn't make the connection that it was a combination of that. I mean, it was the anti-inflammatory properties of the collagen and the Protandim that allowed me to go from being immobile due to this back injury to I have 3 little teeny grandbabies, 3 and under, that I adore, and I chase around the house and go swimming with them. And I can sit here and work with clients for up to 10 hours a day if I have to, and not have any residual back. I did not have to have surgery. I've not had to have more work done, like anything else done on my back. And through the same thing, I mentioned I had AFib. I guess I could share this story while I'm at it. The things that it just did for me, I didn't realize. In 2017, I woke up in the middle of the night vibrating, like my entire body was vibrating, and I had horrible pain in my chest. And I ended up in the hospital. I was having an AFib incident. My heart was going from 176 beats per minute to 35 beats per minute. I was kind of in and out of consciousness. I couldn't hold a thought. I was in AFib for about 5 hours before they started after all the medications, and they would shock me back. Luckily, they didn't have to, and I went back into sinus rhythm on my own. But that was the beginning of a journey. They didn't know what was wrong with me. I just kept going into AFib. Of supplements, medication, cardiology, there was nothing that they could find was wrong, just my heart would stay in rhythm. And in the time of taking Protandim, I no longer have AFib incidences. I'm off all of my medications for my heart. The doctors are like, well, we didn't know what caused it. We don't know what stopped it, but I know what stopped it. And Protandim has completely changed my life.
You're amazing.
Amazing. So amazing. Go ahead, Sean Post.
Well, I was just gonna say thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for sharing your story. I know those aren't easy to communicate at times, but I promise you this 35 minutes or whatever it was is gonna bless thousands of people. Like there's 200 people that were on this already, and all the people that are going to watch the replays and share this. And you know, that's what I'm excited about on this journey, because for the last 13 years we've been helping people become better versions of themselves in a lot of different ways. But I think this is the biggest one that we're going to see. There's so many things that we're becoming aware of that GLP-1 impacts. And we know for a fact when the body's not in balance, bad things are going to happen. And it might take a year, it might take 10 years, it might take 20 years. But if you leave the body in an unhealthy state long enough, it will result in things that we don't want. And so the courage of you being able to share your story with these people, it goes so far. And I hope you know that. And it gives you peace of mind that it was an amazing thing to share.
Thank you so much. And thank you guys for having me, Michelle and Sean. I love you guys so much. Thank you for inviting me on and listening to my story.
Absolutely.
We love you. We love you. I love Phil. He's in the chat, super active, talking about visceral fat and so many other things. Again, you guys, we don't say that we cure, treat, prevent, or mitigate anything. We're getting the body activated. We're getting it in balance. We're getting it in harmony, and just, it's so beautiful. So get back to the person that invited you. Make sure, please, for your sake, for your sake, to make sure that you are activated on the Healthy Glow Stack Protandim and Collagen Minimum Protandim, you guys. There's other things as well that are out there. Who else would like some more Axio? Get that brain firing on all cylinders and our happiness. But Amanda, thank you. Losing that weight, feeling great, excited to be getting on our activated GLP-1, and that is natural, no injections, any of that sort, and transform even more. We can't wait to have you back again to see how you're doing in the months ahead. So thank you everybody for joining us tonight.
Real, I know that there were some questions not answered in the chat, and that wasn't because we just didn't want to answer questions, but there's a lot that we can't talk to yet. So you will continue over the next 6 to 8 weeks, see so much information poured out that's going to answer a lot of these questions, price related, what it does, what's in it, what's not in it, why is it unique, all of those things I promise you are coming your way. But this is just like the start of getting ready for what's going to happen and the lives we're going to impact. So,
well, and if I may, honey, I'm just going to read something that I did get from corporate that you guys can listen to real quick. It doesn't say a lot, but it'll get you excited, I think. It says LifeVantage's next product launch will be a 2-product system clinically proven to activate and enhance GLP-1 production, quieting the food noise, like what Miss Amanda was talking about, huge, and balancing other hunger hormones. While there are dietary supplements in the GLP-1 space that are constantly evolving, to date, this is the only dietary supplement on the market that will be able to demonstrate a significant, measurable, and scientifically validated increase in GLP-1 production. We can say this because our unique formula and not on because of our unique formula and not on the studies based on individual ingredients. So like Protandim, you guys, it is based on the complete product name, all of it in synergy together, not on the individual ingredients. So it sounds like that's what's going to be happening. We're still learning. Many brands are jumping on the GLP-1 bandwagon, but they are not using the right ingredients, but not scientifically validated amounts, or are taking existing products designed for other purposes, such as glucose support, digestive health, and attempting to reposition to capitalize the market. So be excited, because it sounds as if this science is just gonna, as the scientific advisory board has been saying, is gonna blow our minds. And again, these are not hypey people. And we honor, we respect any and all products that are out there in the world, but it is our responsibility to bring to everybody activation and what it can do for the body. So again, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Amanda. Get excited and just take in this blessing that we have here. We are so fortunate. Okay, good night. Thank you so much.